What's up, good peeps? This your man Chris Thorns, and you already know what this is. I'm coming to you, bringing you a story. So, hey, let's get right into it. What's up, good peeps? Of your man Chris Thorns. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching my content. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. All right, guys, let's get into it. We have a 10-year-old boy here by the name of Sammy Teusch. I think I said that right. I may be saying it wrong. Teusch or Teusch or something like that. Sammy was 10 years old, and the story has been said that he has committed suicide due to bullying. Okay, he has committed suicide. Guys, I have done stories about 10-year-olds, and I say that, hey, they are getting younger and younger with the killing, you know. But this is the first that I can remember now. This is the first where I hear a 10-year-old has committed suicide, so meaning he killed himself. It is getting sad how things work now with these children now, man. It's like they have nowhere to go. But hey, let me let y'all hear this, and I'll come back and give you the commentary.
Tonight, a fourth grader in Greenfield is dead. His parents say he took his own life due to relentless bullying.
Tonight in a 13 News exclusive, our Chase House sat down with the child's parents who tell us they never thought it would end this way.
10-year-old Sammy Teusch was known by his family for being spontaneous, like here.
Okay, correction, Sammy Teusch. Okay.
When he jumped in this pond in 50-degree weather at the side of some little waves.
How was it? Good.
That little laugh and his big smile may not be heard or seen around the Teusch home anymore, but will live in their hearts forever.
He was my little boy. He was my baby. He was the youngest one.
Sammy's family says he killed himself Sunday morning.
I held him in my arms and I did things that no father should ever have to do. And anytime I closed my eyes, that's all I could see.
According to Sammy's family, he was being bullied up until the night before he died. First, they say it started at his school, Greenfield Intermediate, about 2 years ago.
They were making fun of him for his glasses. In the beginning, they went on to make fun of his teeth.
What started as words, they say, progressively turned physical.
He was beat up on the school bus, and the kid broke his glasses and everything. And I called the school, and I'm like, what are you doing about this? It keeps getting worse and worse and worse. It's not getting any better. As a matter of fact, it's getting worse.
His dad says this was just one of the 20 times he'd been in contact with the school about the bullying. I reached out to the superintendent of schools, Dr. Harold Olin, for an interview. And although he wasn't available, he did answer my questions. He says there was no bullying report ever submitted by the parents or the student. But he also says the school's administrators and counselor had regular conversation with the family throughout the year, but can't share the content of those conversations.
They knew this was going on.
Sammy's family says the bullying progressed from school and the bus to places like Snapchat, even despite him having limited access to his phone.
I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna beat you up when you get to school. I'm gonna, saying mean things about Nikki, which would really, really set him off.
His suicide, they believe, was because he feared going to school after an incident in the bathroom last week and the constant harassment. And while the family may be putting Sammy to rest in the coming days, his mom wishes she was saying good night instead of goodbye.
I always tell the kids, because Sammy and his sister went to bed first because they were younger, and telling them they had to brush their teeth and get ready for bed, and having him not being there to hug before bed.
Just heartbreaking.
Yeah, it truly is. Your heart really goes out to that family right there. That tree that you saw within that story, it's actually not a basic tree, it's actually Sammy's tree, because he always wanted to see it grow so big where he could put a tree house in it and make a little fort in it.
Yeah. When we're talking about suicide, it's so important for people to reach out if they're thinking about that.
Absolutely. We also have links on our website to resources if you think your kid or if you think a child is capable of, killing themselves, unfortunately. And also, there's also a link to, there's dates for Sammy's visitation and funeral.
Oh yes, our heart goes out to that family, and certainly we want people to know that there are people that are trained that can help you and your family. Thank you so much.
The thing about this is you often wonder, or I often wonder, is how would a 10-year-old, or even somebody that's younger than a 10-year-old, would have the mindset to take their life, I don't know. I'm 44, so 10 years old, that's way back. I was 1990 for me, I'd had some things said and done. Don't remember any time I ever thought about, taking my life, because of what somebody had said about me or whatnot. But I don't know. I guess in the era that we are in now, things are just so different, and the peer pressure is a motherfucker nowadays. I don't know. I just don't know. But here's what I do know, and I've said this time and time again in my previous lives. I told y'all these children, they mimicking what's happening at home. Okay? The behaviors, the attitudes, the words that's coming out their mouth is starting at home. Whether they watching something on TV or whether they hearing stuff with their mom and dad is saying or whatnot, it's a lot of stuff that starts from home, or the same actions that they doing to other children are probably being done to them at home. So they are taking what's happening to them at home and pushing the energy off to other people who don't deserve it. Okay? Now, here's the thing, and here's another thing, I told y'all, with these little kids, and with people in general, wherever they deem not normal, they love to pick with it and mess with it and physically abuse, because they feel a person is not normal enough to be around. Okay? And it's happening all across the globe now. If you're not deemed normal to a lot of people, they start fucking with you, putting their hands on you, just doing all type of shit. And that right there, I just don't get. And neither do they. But they just do it because they feel like that it's cool to do it, to fuck with people. I just said time and time again, and I'm going to keep on saying it. People who's quiet and people who stay to themselves, y'all better start leaving them alone. Because when these folks snap, they snap. Everybody want to come out and holler about how wrong this person is. They didn't have to do this, they didn't have to do that. Well, the same can be said for y'all who keeps fucking with individuals who's not fucking with y'all. So let's just say Sam was still alive. And he got people calling fucking with him. Who's to say now one day that Sam would have snapped and he would have fucked everybody up who kept fucking with him? This is a message, excuse me, this is a message I want to get out to a lot of people, man. Leave people the fuck alone. Seriously, if they're not bothering you, they're not saying nothing to you, leave them alone. And better yet, if you got people who's pushing you to do it, tell them to leave you the fuck alone. Because it's not that serious to put your life at risk fucking with somebody else that's not fucking with you. All right? So we're going to get that out the way. Secondly, I want to get out the way is, y'all heard what the parents said. They say, hey, we'd made numerous complaints about what's going on. And they said the key word, it's getting worse and worse. Now, the only question I would have to them is, if that was the case, and I feel like it's getting worse as the days go by, that this boy was getting picked on, these people was constantly abusing him, they was constantly beating him up, etc., etc. Why was he not transferred to another school? Okay? Now, I'm not saying if he went to another school, things would have gotten better. But then again, who knows? Maybe it would have. But if this was a continuing going action that they kept messing with him like that, why was he taken out their school? Because I actually believe them when they say that they have made reports, nothing's been done. But y'all heard from the email from whoever that guy was, they said they got the email from, said they never got any reports about bullying, according to them. But they also said we have several conversations with these people that they cannot discuss. Okay? So it makes me wonder now what was being said in the discussions that they was having with whoever that guy was, the principal, whoever he was, in email. What kind of discussions were they having? And was it made clear what appropriate actions was going to be taken, or what cannot be done, or what they think would have been best for the child and them in this situation, or what? It makes me wonder about that. What was said, that he or she could not talk about the details of the conversation that they had, which I don't know how they could be sacred, but according to them, whoever they was, they can't express what the conversation was. So that would be my only question today. If all this was going on, what made y'all not transfer him to another school? And maybe they could have eased up a lot of stuff. Okay? But again, this behavior, it's becoming frequent now. It's becoming frequent. And I don't know how many times y'all probably had this done. There's some of y'all who are parents now. Try to go to the other parent's house and try to get the situation under control. Try to talk to other parents about, hey, this is what's going on. Our son is coming home and saying this, that, and the third. And you damn near get cussed out by the parent or the other child because you came to that house trying to get things squashed, or see what can we do to make things better between the two of them, or whoever who is involved in this incident. I done seen it before. I have. Folks try to go talk to the other folks' parents, and the parents be cussing them out because you know what they say? I know my child didn't do that. I know my child. But do you really know what your child doing while they out there? Nobody can really watch their child 24/7. Not really, they can't. They can't. If you can, you're a trooper. But nobody can really just watch their child 24/7. So while they going to school or you at work, you would not know what's going on until the school calls you and say, hey, your daughter or your son has been involved in this incident or that incident. You would never know. Okay? So when the school calls and say, hey, your son or your daughter was involved in this and that, how can you say that your daughter didn't do that? Or how can you say your son didn't do that if you wasn't there to say yay or nay? These schools don't be calling you for no reason. They call you because things does happen. When I was going to school, especially middle school, if you missed that day, they would call the house, try to find out why you're not at school. I don't know if they still do that now. But when I was growing up, some school would call home and try to find out why you're not at school. Why you not at school? Okay? So, with that being said, The father is pushing for change when it comes to school and the bullying. He's pushing for change, and which he should. And as I'm reading right here, Sam was a fourth grader. That's sad. He was a fourth grader. And this happened on May the 5th. After emotional and physical bullying at Greenfield Intermediate School in Greenfield, Indiana, Fox 59 reported. They go on to say that how could God take my kid from here? Of course, that was going through my head. God didn't take my kid. Hate did, Sam's father says to the outlet. He was recently bullied on the school bus and cornered in the school bathroom last week. Wow. I just want him to never be forgotten. Sam Teusch. I can't remember how to say that name. Y'all get it. Teusch. Anyway, told the outlet. GoFundMe post has been written by the family. Described the 10-year-old as the best kid with a wonderful personality. Of course, it goes on to say he was smart and funny and charming, things like that. It goes on to say that it's unclear exactly how Sammy died. The Greenfield Central Community School Corporation is investigating Sammy's death with the Greenfield Police Department. It is tragic, and it has left our school corporation and larger community in tremendous grief. Our hearts pour out to the family at this time. The school district said in a statement to Fox 59, Sammy was a student in the Greenfield Central for the last year and a half. He finished his third grade year at Western Elementary School in May of 2023. And he was a fourth grade student at Greenfield Intermediate School during the current 2023 and 2024 school year. And also goes to say this, the school district said they were made aware of Sammy's death on May the 5th, a Sunday, and dispatches crisis response team to Greenfield Intermediate School and Greenfield Central Junior High School, where Sammy's siblings attended school at the start of the week. We have been fortunate to have an outpouring of support from our Hancock County school peers and the faith community who also made themselves available to our students and families. The school district continued, according to Fox 59, we have continued to provide additional mental health professionals to these two schools this week, and we have reminded all GSC families that we have mental health professionals in all 8 of our schools to support our students throughout the crisis. And it goes on to say more, but I'm going to stop it right here. I'm going to say this right here. That's a good thing y'all had that, but another good thing y'all need to have is folks or resource officers or whoever that's in the school or running school. When you get a report about being bullied, you take quick action. And not only that, you get the motherfuckers who doing it, get them out of your school. Okay? You need people like that. When somebody come and tell y'all that their son or daughter's being bullied, take immediate action. And if you can't take the action, whoever's doing the shit, get them out your school. All right? You start doing that, a lot of these schools will be a better place. But why would you want to keep somebody in there who constantly beating up on other students, making your business look bad? Okay? Why would you want that? I know I wouldn't. But why would you want that? And maybe we can save a lot of people like Sammy who want to commit suicide because they feel like they keep telling y'all that this is going on, but y'all not doing anything according to what the story says. This is sad. And again, this is an ongoing thing. And it needs to be rectified quick, fast, in a hurry. We need no more 10-year-olds committing suicide. As a matter of fact, not only 10-year-olds, let's go further. We don't need no more youngins around that age and over committing suicide because folks won't leave them the fuck alone. All right? And if that's what it takes to lessen some of that, get them folks out to school. As a matter of fact, if possible, ban them from school, period. let them motherfuckers stay home and let them bully their parents. Because again, that's where the shit starts from, home. Let the parents handle them and let the parents get them homeschooling. Because apparently they not at school to learn. They at school to fuck with people. So get their ass out of there and ban them from the schools. And then again, maybe I'm just talking. Who knows? But anyway, guys, y'all tell me what y'all think about this. And hey, rest in peace, young fella. I hate that this happened to you, but he ain't the first. He sure ain't gonna be the last. I'm your man, Chris Thorns. Thank you for listening.